Listening to Father John Misty's album Pure Comedy is an exercise in postmodernism, because throughout its 75 minutes of ballads and melancholy moods, we're exposed to a worldview that doesn't necessarily have answers, but instead questions and complications to what we believe is true. You can find this in the electronic loving world of Total Entertainment Forever, or the title track Pure Comedy, which proposes a sprawling exploration of the human experience from birth to death. The third track of the album continues in this macro-level view, but delves into the complexities of environmentalism and a system that breeds climate change. So today we are going to unpack the song, Things It Would Have Been Better to Know Before the Revolution, and pick apart Misty's approach to a climate apocalypse which proposes that there are no simple fixes to climate change. The first verse immediately begins with a seemingly straightforward connection between our current capitalist system and climate change.
It got too hot, and so we overthrew the system.
Initially, this critique of capitalism seems to continue lyrically and sonically, with a rousing horn section accompanying a declaration of freedom for the underclass as industry crumbles.
Industry commerce, toppled to their knees. The gears of progress haunted, underclass set free.
And we hear the direct result of this toppling in the fact that the Earth's temperatures are beginning to fall back to pre-industrialization levels.
It started dropping, the ice floes began to freeze.
So, from one side, this song could be mistaken as purely anti-capitalist, tying the constant drives of industrial progress to environmental destruction. But the song simultaneously presents the conflicting idea that in a post-revolution world, where humans revert to their primal state, we are unhappy with the lack of creature comforts, realizing that culture and structure were built around us to create comfort. As Misty notes in an interview, the concept of the song is built around the idea that
we have this huge revolution and we save the planet. We turn back time and save the planet, and everybody hates it.
We see this in the melancholic tones of the piano and the sarcastic pumps of the horn, but also in lines like,
Sometimes I miss the top of the food chain, but what a perfect afternoon.
This simple contradiction epitomizes the mood of the song. While the afternoons are beautiful by way of lack of pollution and noisy cars, the fear of getting mauled by another predator like a bear runs through everyday life. So for Father John Misty, it seems like the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. And he ends the song with a slow reversion back to the system that was overthrown.
But there are some visionaries among us, developing some products to aid us in our struggle to survive.
He seems to create a post-climate change future wherein people yearn for comfort and stability, which means that when an environmentally destructive system is overthrown and there is no alternative to replace it, the same system will inevitably begin again. In classic fashion, Father John Misty proposes no answers, just a more nuanced approach towards envisioning a climate revolution. He subscribes to the idea that a society without cars and without electricity will be a lot more difficult than we realize. In his song, Misty posits that the human condition seeks out and rewards those that create comfort for others, because as he puts it,
we decided at some point that we didn't want to get eaten by bears anymore. So we isolated ourselves from nature.
In this way, Misty claims that currently our environmentally destructive practices are born out of a core desire to be safe and stable. So if there is no better alternative relationship with nature, when industry topples to its knees, we will soon begin to miss the supposed comfort it provided. As many of us already understand, and as Father John Misty describes in the song, toppling an environmentally destructive system is only part of the work that needs to be done. We have to build even more than we have to destroy. Nuance and complexity are hard, but necessary in a world where political polarization runs rampant. Yes, capitalism can be environmentally destructive, but unlike fears conjured up about a society without capitalism, certain parts of it, like innovation, don't have to be frowned upon. In fact, it will be a necessary ingredient for a revolutionary rebuilding. And yes, deep and drastic structural change is needed in order to mitigate climate change, but that doesn't necessarily mean dismantling all cultures and all societies. Indeed, many have found a better path towards creating an ethical relationship with the natural world. Ultimately, this means that learning to navigate the issue of climate change with nuance is crucial for finding viable and long-term solutions, rather than short-sighted patches.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. My friend Volksgeist did the narration for this video. He has a lot of musically oriented video essays over on his channel, so go check him out if you get a chance. Also, as always, please consider supporting this channel on Patreon, and otherwise I will see you next time.